But the husband still come back and say that, I will still think that the best decision is putting you, to stay home so that our kids will be better, our parents will be well taken care of, and not every conversation will be, receiving a yes. What about, you never say everything a yes immediately. What is your advice to us?
I was thinking about this is so hilarious because in my mind it's very important that we know the person upfront before we get into marriage. Very, very important. That's why I told you earlier I met people and they were not aligned, right? Because they find that whatever they ask is very important. I really feel we can come to a compromising ground. It's just that how many options do we take and pursue? A lot of the men may say no immediately because they don't see options being given to them. A lot of the simple thing, why would you say no? Simply because I want the kids to be taken care of. I want the parents to be taken care of. I want the house to be taken care of, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I want to make sure that we have sufficient income.
Yep.
So if both are working, what can we do and how we can leverage all this kind of stuff? And Dato Rohana is a clear example. One of the options that she had done, she does part-time work, right? And then she managed it. I've coached women, other women as well, where they themselves like to stay at home to take care of the kids, but they want to make their own money.
Yeah.
So we encourage them to become entrepreneurs.
Yes.
For parents, of course, we need to go ahead and support them, but we need to know there's a lot of network around here. So today I'm here, I have my mother with me, but today I had to send her for a medical. So how we actually create the network, leverage the network, and have the conversation. Because I always tell people, you only have one life to live. And you have to be happy with the decisions that you make. If your husband comes so forceful, that shows that he does not respect you, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
But before we even come to that kind of conclusion, we have to do our due diligence.
Yep.
What are we going to do? And I think all the women need to have one very basic important confidence in themselves.
Exactly.
Very, very important to have that conversation because you are important. The family is not there without you as well. It's not just your husband. You know what? I coached one lady to leave her husband because her husband was torturing, and she makes more money than her husband right now. Right? So I don't want to stand here and tell you in discussing what I will tell you. There is no point. There is no point in a relationship if there is no compromise to get everybody happy. Maybe you don't get exactly what is it, but there is a path for you to achieve. As Dato said, right? You need to have a goal, how we want to work it out, what we want to do. What is the end? Because I'm sure for every woman, their parents put in the effort to raise them. They put in the effort to get their degree or study or do whatever to where they are.
Yeah.
And they should be given an opportunity to shine.
Yes. The same way as
Yes,
gentlemen as well.
everything. So there is no discrimination about it.
Got it, yeah. So maybe, from your sharings, I really realized that, sometimes we just cannot take the first no as permanent no. We just need to keep figuring out, work out the options that we can, make it work together instead of just take no as permanent no and, forgo everything that we can do. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. So, maybe later if I got time, I would also ask you for the company support because I heard that Amish Maki is the first employer getting the 6 months maternity leave. So I would, round that back and ask you later. Okay, so Vimi, we want to get Siew turn. Siew, I read through that you married, you moved to Malaysia because you married a very filial Penang husband.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, and just like Dato Rohana said that because you are married here, your family members are in Singapore, you can work support system. system.
Yes.
So I also understand that you make such a very shocking decision. Maybe I think your boss also very shocking as well. From holding the position of the director level or on a job that you can really shine, and decided to take a sharp turn up to stay home so that you won't miss the golden time with your kids, but still, slowly building up your online business. So please share with us. So what is the key constitution point that makes you make the decision like that?
Okay, I think it's a very, very difficult decision for everyone. It takes me about 2 years to come to a decision, and of course there's many, many considerations. Like what Dato Rohana was mentioning about the influencing year when the children were of a certain age. Of course, that was actually taken into consideration. And I also gone through the same thing like what Dr. Vim went through. My first job, after my first baby, I got the promotion. And then after my second baby, I got even a bigger promotion and a bigger portfolio. So people will say, hey, they bring you luck, I say, but that's not what I want. Right? Because that's the time whereby you want to scale down. It's not the expansion that you're looking for. So I think at the end of the day, you have to be very clear as to what exactly you want. What exactly you want. It's like, to say that it doesn't coincide with the right timing for that career expansion that I had. And of course, when I told my boss I want to resign, he said, I wanted to promote you even bigger role. I said, no, that's not what I want. Right? So please, I do not want any more. So it took me 2 years, but I think the straw that really breaks the camel back was I actually had some issue. Because I don't have that support system, so we actually had a maid, like what Dato Rohana did also. So I had some maid issues, and that was the final straw because I was actually working out from home about 3 days a week. And you can imagine that was in the early 2000s, pre-pandemic time, no COVID, no one is working out from home, but I was doing that with my company. Which I'm glad I do have that kind of support from the boss itself. Okay, and even when I travel between Singapore and Malaysia, I work as long as I have internet. Okay, so what happened was that I was actually working out from home, and it was really hanky-panky things. Downstairs of the house, I was upstairs of the house, I was at home. So it was a very sad thing for me because I was telling myself, physically I'm at home, but then mentally I'm not. Right? So that was actually one of the major considerations. But at the end of the day, after the 2 years of flexi working, I told myself, okay, my priority is the children. So I decided to quit. And of course, there's many considerations. So this is one of it to be fair. And of course, before I quit, I actually already have an idea of what I wanted to do. And again, I want to be financially independent, like what they want. I think that's a common thing. We want to be by ourselves as an individual. Yes. So that was one of the considerations as well, and that's how that finally I actually dropped it. So I won't say that there's a right or wrong decision as to whether one should actually just quit or one should actually continue. But as long as you feel that that's your choice, that's the decision that you want, by all means you go ahead with that. And like what they have actually, two of them have also mentioned about it. As long as it does impact your partner. So of course I told my husband, the only thing he told me was that it's your decision, don't ever regret, it's because it's your own decision. I'm not going to put in any feedback because I do not want that 2 years down the road when you regret, you come back to me and say that you want to make money. It's so smart. Correct. So he just wants to make sure that it's my own decision, that I won't regret what I have done, Yeah.
Alright. So Yean, after you decided that you would like to, stay home to accompany your children, right? But you still wanted to have the financial independence. What kind of effort and preparations that you take in order to enable you to slowly build up another source of income from home.
Yeah.
This is actually very interesting because many single women nowadays, I think they should actually learn something from it.
Okay. Basically what I did was that I done a SWOT analysis, okay? The strength, the weaknesses, the threat, the opportunity lah. Okay, strength, weakness is looking at myself. Threat, opportunity is that you look at the countries, you look at the economy globally, obviously. So what happened was that, not to say that I'm in the IT line, but I'm not a technical person. All I do is the business and marketing. So I told myself, I want to go to e-commerce online because with an internet access, I can work anywhere, virtually all over the world. That is in the early 2000s, okay? So it is something that a lot of people cannot understand, cannot comprehend, but I have a vision for myself. So second thing is, I actually took a look at the development of the market. Being a Singaporean, I have an advantage when it comes to the e-commerce in the sense that, frankly speaking, during that time, I sell globally. I sell US. I don't sell local market. I don't sell in Asia Pac. I sell US market.
Yeah.
US market is more confident about things coming out from Singapore versus Malaysia. So I position myself to be starting out from Singapore. So that is my strength, okay? And of course, my background is the IT. Once I plug in the internet, I can just go online. And of course, along the way, I was actually doing a lot of learning. I have actually invested in myself to attend seminar, training every day to really get to know how to go online. I even volunteered to, during the time I was at CCA, to put up a website for them because I want to be hands-on to learn HTML. Okay, so these are the things you really have to bite the teeth and just do it. You have to go around finding all the training, seminars or whatever. I learn online, I pay online to learn all these things. But then the other thing I realized is that going online you don't need much capital. The capital is so minimum, you can afford to go online without that much capital. But of course, regardless, the other key point is that even when a person is right up in the, assuming that when you are holding a director position, your compensation should be not bad, right? I would say. But what I realized is that in my company, when a lot of people, when they get promoted to director, the first thing they wanted to do is that they'll start talking about which car should they be buying. Then they say, BM, whatever. I didn't buy any car. I'm still driving my Proton. Okay? I'm happy with my Proton as long as I get me from one place to another. It's important to have savings. Because with that savings, you will be able to do something you want. I don't ask my husband for, hey, do you need to invest in my online business? No! I pull out my own savings, right? So again, this is also important that you need to be financially independent. So don't just based on whatever you have, okay, just splurge. You know, based on whatever you think, oh, I should upgrade my lifestyle. And I was still driving my Proton during the time. No doubt a lot of people say, why do you change your car? I'm happy with that, right? So these are some of the actions that usually I think one can take from here as to how you can actually constantly get yourself into the plan that you have and take it step by step.
Yeah. Thank you, Siew. So I really think that financial independence is part of the equation of confidence. Don't you think that?
Yes.
This is very important. Yeah. So actually a lot of people saying that stay-home mom is one of the most riskiest job in the world. Because there are many stay-home women, after some years, right, they may lose their self-confidence, they may not think their own value, they may not believe in their own self-values again and all that. Any piece of advice for, some of them who are going through, the journey? I think the thing is that they shouldn't cut themselves up at home. Yeah. They should actually constantly be learning. Yeah, because learning, even I tell my children, you should never stop learning. Yeah. It's very, very important that you should have an attitude of what Dato was saying about curiosity. Stay curiosity, lifelong learning. So even up to today, I am still learning. I'm still attending courses. And of course the courses that
you attend, if you really want to stay relevant and in touch with the market, you need to choose the course that you are attending, such that you are in a professional course, like what is around the market, investment course, how the market is changing in the online business world, like a couple of years back when I attended something that was organized by Google, a lady was asking me, oh, so where are you from? I said, oh, I'm a stay-at-home mom. What? She was very surprised because I don't look like one. And then, yeah, because I wanted to learn. So these are the things that you really have to take an effort to be aware about what is around. And frankly speaking, the other thing is that I'm reading 3 newspapers a day.
Wow.
Sometimes I don't have enough time because I read business time. I read the Financial Times, the South China Morning Post, CNA, all those. So I read 3 newspaper a day, so that actually takes up a lot of time. But I find that it is very important that you know what is going on around the world as well. So that you can actually be able to even strike up conversation with anyone, you know what is going around the world, rather than just being a home, a mom at home. But I would say that yes, it's very important. The family, the home is very important because you are the key person who actually take care of them. But you must not neglect yourself, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, you must not neglect yourself about your self-development because no one can help you to do that than yourself.
Thank you so much, Vivian. Alright. So, we have here a lot of golden nuggets from 3 of the panel speakers today. And before we moving to the wrapping up points, right, can we actually open up maybe one question from the floor to see if there's anyone who would like to take this opportunity to ask any of our panelists the questions of your interest? Anyone would like to ask a question? Yeah, Amanda.
I dedicate my question to this name. Oh, okay. Because I have some dilemma in terms of that, something very simple, which I'm very impressed.